Or if we wait till the piton is gone.
No, when you do yours, you like kind of
It's
waiting for it.
always
You're
like
like
that.
doo 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 doo. Yeah,
And that you
and everybody's watching you doing
see,
that.
now it says live.
But see, we've been live for 6 seconds.
Welcome, One Stars and fellow YouTubians. Thank you for
Hello.
joining us. I have the wonderful Lynn with me tonight, whom I'm sure you all know, but just in case you don't, Lynn, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, okay. Hi, my name is Lynn Stevens. I don't know. What am I supposed to say about myself? I've got a lot of stuff on the go.
Perfect.
Author, illustrator, intuitive practitioner, insert
Creator of stuff.
Yeah. I do art commissions. I just finished illustrating a book that you are publishing. So
Yes.
yeah.
How exciting is that?
I know. When I finish the last, because I have them all in sleeves so that you can see the progression of the book.
Mm-hmm.
And as I slid that last picture in there, I was like, wow, I'm done.
Just wait until it's all put together, though, and the cover is done, and One Publishing is on there, and Rowan Waterspray Creations as the illustrator. Is it Rowan or is it Lynn?
Well, I'll probably do illustrations as Lynn Stevens.
So, and then seeing that, and then somebody buying it, or like,
oh, I know, just like having the copy of the book,
holding it in our hands.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be really cool.
I can't wait. So, if we're that close, that means I can get the live signing set up soon.
Yes, do it.
Yeah,
do it.
Ooh.
Let me know, and then I can book time off.
Absolutely. I don't even know when it's going to be. I think it's October is when we discussed it, I think. But
well, everything seems to kind of have been slipping into place for that. So I'm really excited, and I hope that I know Robin kind of hit a few little hiccups, but I mean, what are hiccups, right? They're just
ways for us, bumps, little
ways for us to think of other ways of doing things, right?
And usually it comes out as a better way.
That is true.
Yeah.
You are correct.
We add things that we forgot or didn't know that we had, or we have different thoughts. Or
that's true. Mm-hmm. Actually, when you say that, I was actually putting together a composition for a painting that I'm working on. And normally when I do paintings, I just kind of have an idea in my head. I go for it. If it works, great. If it doesn't, whatever. Mm-hmm. But I've actually been looking at some Skillshare stuff. And one of the things that they said is sometimes it's good to plan, do a mood board, like what colors are you going to use? What background are you going to have? What is the story? And so I tried that for this one, and I did a few different scenarios, and what initially I thought I was going to do ended up not being what I'm going to be doing.
At all?
Well, no, it's a similar thing, but the way that the composition is set up, had I not sat down and thought about different ways I could do it, I never would have come up with what I'm doing now. I would have gone with that first thought, and I wouldn't have thought of it anymore.
I notice that sometimes with things that I create, because I create it and then it's done, and then I'll go back and look at it later and be like, oh, it would have been so much better like this. So
yeah, so it's interesting when you have different ways of seeing things, and if you kind of stop and review, not for everything, obviously.
No.
But I've found it very different for me, because normally, like I said, I do one thing, and when it's done, it's done, and I don't ever think of it ever again. But to actually think of different ways of doing it before I even start the main project, it's been definitely a different way for me to kind of do things and work through what I'm going to actually do.
Yeah, and for me, because I did put together my very first wand that's coming out, I know, I'm so excited. Didn't think I could do it, and I did.
Yeah, we've been through this.
And I put it together, and then I thought, you know what, I'm going to get fancy and change things around and do this and do that. And it ended up that from the one that I put together first to my final copy is almost none of it is the same, because I tested myself and I tried something new, and I came out of that box and I thought, you know what, if I screw it up, I have a copy saved. It's okay. So,
Right. That's
so
cool.
yeah, it was definitely, I was out of my zone for sure.
That's good.
I know.
Like, how many times have we said when you're uncomfortable, that's usually when the best things happen, right?
Yep.
And I was actually talking to my niece Paige about that, where it was, I'm like, just because we do something a certain way doesn't mean we won't be able to find a new and better way of doing something.
Yeah.
Right? But the thing is we tend to like to be safe and do the same thing we've always done. And find it scary to do something different and to kind of like put yourself out there. But
what a wow after the fact.
Did you find that it was just like, what the heck was I so worried about?
Yes, it was so exciting and so fun, and it was, I was creative, and I don't know, for so long I've said I can't do that, I'm not creative. I was sadly mistaken.
Yes, you sure were.
I am creative. I am very creative.
That's awesome.
I know.
So, what's new on the horizons for you? Okay.
Well, as we've already mentioned, Wand Publishing is publishing A Yoga Adventure in Space, which is Robin Snow's book that Lynn is illustrating. So that's pretty exciting. I am creating a new line of jewelry that is probably being launched.
Oh, I was going to say, have you launched it yet?
No. It's very, very soon. I'm hoping my new webpage is up by the middle to third week of September, so nice. That will be launched then. I have a few surprises with Tea with the Universe coming up. One of them being teacups coming out for Christmas, but there's a little surprise coming beforehand.
Nice.
I'm in the process of making, I don't know if everybody remembers last year, for my affirmations for the month of December, I give myself the gift of, and it was happiness or joy or peace, love, whatever that gift of the day was. So I actually have affirmation cards coming out.
Cool.
I give myself the gift of, just like the ones that we did last year, with a little change. Those will be out probably mid-October, November, so in time for Christmas, so you can give yourself the gift or someone you love the gift. I know that's not all.
There are so many other things.
A lot. And now Lynn is a contributor to the wand, as opposed to putting the wand together. I've taken that on now, and so that's new and exciting for me.
There's so much other stuff.
There's so much. I don't know.
So once we take a few of the eggs back out of our basket or send them on their way, I'll have to get you to help me edit my books.
Oh, yes, please. I can't wait. But yes, once the eggs are hatched.
Yeah. Oh, no, I don't expect that to be happening anytime soon.
I know.
My oldest book is 40 or 23 years old. So, I mean, I can wait a little while longer.
Yeah, I had another person reach out not that long ago and say, well, now that you're publishing a book, can you? And I was like, I can, but not today.
Yeah.
I will let you know when. And she was like, oh, that's okay. It's not completely written yet, but I just wanted to know if you would. And I was like, absolutely. Not today. I just need a little bit of time.
Well, there's a good segue for something that we could talk about, because we have a society that's all go, 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 do, do, do. And I used to be one of those yes people. That used to say yes to absolutely everything, and then turn around and go, I don't have enough time for this, and then get resentful Meanwhile, it was all my fault because I was
Yes.
saying yes to everybody, and they were all expecting me to do this for them.
And not only that, not only do we get resentful, but then people lose faith and lose trust in us because we can't hold up our end of the bargain.
Yeah, you have no follow through.
And for myself, I often didn't tell them I couldn't do it. They would find out on their own when it wasn't done because I was too ashamed to say, I couldn't do it for you.
I found that I would scramble to get things done, and it would be a rush job. And even though it got done, people would be like, "Oh, okay, yeah." It was like you might as well not have done it if you were going to give me this, right? So there's two sides of the coin there. It's like, right.
There's dilly-dally. You know, it's the happy medium, right? Because there's rushing. And then there's dilly-dally. I'm not going to say procrastinating because I do some of my best work at the last minute.
I find too, like if I have a set deadline, like the book, for instance, I had a set deadline that I had to fulfill. And I mean, I had to push it back a little bit because some things came up that I did not foresee and I didn't allow enough time for them. But to have, it's like, okay, I have X amount of pages that I need to do in this amount of time, and I better, I got it actually from a gentleman. He makes them in Norway. I was going to say Finland, but yeah, he makes them. He's in Norway.
I like that. It's shiny.
It's the it's the Helm of Awe, the protection.
Yeah, that's the tattoo Brian wants to get on his back.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. But anyway, so I was like, hey,
off the shiny road.
So it's like, we've done this before, haven't we?
I think so, a time or 10.
Yeah. So it was good to have that kind of set thing in place where it's like, I have to have all this completed by then. And then there's some other stuff that I'm working on that I have to make sure that I catalog certain stuff because it's going into a store, so it needs to have an inventory.
Lovely.
Right, so it's like, okay, I have to make sure I have X amount for this inventory. I have to have a description of everything and, like a SKU or whatever for it. And if I didn't have a set deadline as to when I was due that, I would wait until 2 or 3 days before and then frantically go, oh my God, I'm never going to get this done. Yeah. And then get frustrated and get upset.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
we do it to ourselves. Yeah. And on that note, I need to ooh shiny again for a quick moment.
Ooh, okay.
I remembered something else I'm doing. I have jewelry in Clarity downtown on Gateway. So if anyone,
congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, if anyone wants to see some of my wares or what's another word for makings of jewelry? Creations. My wares or creations.
Your handmade, one-of-a-kind creations.
Yes, thank you. Energy infused. So swing by Clarity, downtown Edmonton. Gateway Boulevard. I think it's 1881 or 1883, or I could look in the wand. No, I can't. It's not in this one.
It's in the next one?
Yeah. But anyhow, it's down there, Clarity. And there's so many other things there, too. Not just my stuff.
Yeah, there's a little area where there's a couple different stores over there, isn't there?
Yeah. By
Clarity? Yeah, okay. It's been a while since I've been over in that area.
Oh, and I'm doing DNA activations as well.
All sorts of things.
All sorts of things.
Yeah. I don't know that I've been doing quite that many things, but the things that I've been doing have been on a grander scope, so it's taken a little bit more time to do some stuff, I guess.
And I'm just falling into my things now. Everything is, I've been fighting things and telling the universe, no, I can't do that. I can't do that. So the universe said, we'll see. You'll do them all at once.
Yeah, guess what? We're going to push you. Yeah.
Now do it.
Yeah.
You're in the deep end.
Try saying no now.
Yeah.
It's
no
sink
kidding.
or swim, baby. Sink or swim. Yeah. Yeah, I've had that happen a few times, the sink or swim thing.
But it's all so awesome.
Well, but I think the thing is like, again, it's one of those things that we do to ourselves.
Yeah.
It's like we put it off for so long, yet we're still in the back. Oh, excuse me. Hang on. All right. Nope. It's still in there. But in the back of our mind, we're like, but I really want to do this. So it's like you got that tug of war going on.
So it's even worse because you have that internal battle where you're like, I can't do this, and that nattering little voice, the cattle prod, that is poking you, saying, yes, you can do it.
Yeah, why not? Do it, do it, do it, do it.
Okay, if you're not going to do it, then I'm just going to make you think about it all the time.
Right, and then I'm going to make you get all frustrated, and I'm going to make you feel like there's something I should be doing, and I don't know what it is. Yes, you do.
Yes, you do.
Yes, you do.
Hi, Valerie. Thanks for joining us. That's just it, right? Like, and it's the same with relationships. It's the same with everything. You can not do what you're supposed to do. You can deny where you're supposed to be for as long as you want, but the universe is just going to knock louder and louder, and that cattle prod sting is going to get harder and harder until you say, oh my God, fine.
And it's a lot nicer to pay attention to the gentle little tap on your shoulder rather than the 2x4 at the back of the head.
It is.
I don't know.
I've experienced both, so
I've kind of started learning that.
Me too.
I mean, I still get poked with the sharp stick, but that's after the tap on the shoulder and the little nudge and all the other ones that come before the sharp stick.
I don't know. The sharp stick sounds a lot better than the cattle prod. I get the cattle prod.
Yeah.
But then the sharp stick could leave splinters.
Right? So it's like, do you really want to go that way? Do you really want the, now I'm thinking like the Wile E. Coyote with the anvil. Do you really want the anvil to fall on your head?
If you keep chasing the road runner and you don't learn, it's going to happen.
Right?
It just makes me think of how many times I've been hit on the head with that anvil.
Too many to count, unfortunately. Yeah. And actually, I was thinking about that not too long ago, where it's like, one of the other things that I realized after doing the wand and everything is like I was always attaching myself to somebody else's dreams because I was too afraid to go after my own, right? So it was one of those aha moments for me where I was like, oh, wait, what am I doing? I'm doing it again. So when that moment came, it was like, oh, okay, this is that feeling. This is what's going to happen. And it's not a bad thing. It's not a good thing. It's just what has to happen.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that you might have had the same kind of like, oh.
It was one of the scariest moments of my life when it came to me that you've got to do this on your own. I actually cried.
Well, yeah.
I cried and I was like, I can't do this.
I have been going through that. Like, I don't know if I have just done the one crying session, but
I haven't had just one either.
And the thing is like, I know where I'm supposed to go and what I'm supposed to do, but I'm excited and terrified at the same time because I don't have a crutch. It's just me.
Right.
I gotta rely on myself. Like, it doesn't mean I have to do it alone. It just means I am the one that now has to take charge.
But that's it right there. Just because you have to take charge doesn't mean you have to do it alone.
Right.
And that, though, looking at it that way is a game changer.
Oh, definitely.
Because I sat at my computer and the tears were pouring down my face and I was like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And the universe was like, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I won't. And then like, even when I finished the final copy, the tears strolled down my face because it was like, how did I do this? How did I've never relied on myself for anything. I've always had other people to rely on. Like I relied on you to put the wand together to make sure it became a paper. All I had to do was provide you with stuff.
But it's a safety net. I did the same thing. I was like, this is Cynthia's vision. I can help her with it, right? I didn't have to focus on what I was supposed to be doing because I had somebody else to
occupy that. Yeah. And then when we came to that agreement, which we came to an agreement.
Yep.
It was like, oh, it's time. Are you sure it's time? And the universe was like,
Well, I don't know how it felt for you, but when I was kind of going through and reading, and I had this weird, just like, okay, yeah, this is it.
I know.
This is that moment.
I'm getting chills because,
Right?
yeah.
And the thing is before, I have had those moments before, but then I've always found something else to divert my energy or divert where I was going next.
Yeah.
And this one was like,
No.
no, this is, you can't divert anymore. This is it.
It was a no.
Yeah.
It was a flat no. And I sat there and I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean no? Like, what exactly does that mean?
Yeah.
And it meant no.
Find another way. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then when you said, if you need help, I'm here, I was like, oh, I'm going to need that help.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to leave you hanging.
I know.
You know?
But I honestly thought that I was going to phone you in tears saying, I can't do this.
And
You have to do this.
Well, but what was one of the first things that I said to you? You don't give yourself enough credit.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I knew you'd be fine. Brian knew you were going to be fine.
I didn't.
Right? But then we never think we're going to be fine.
Yeah.
Like, even in the things that I'm doing, I'm like, why am I doing this? This is ludicrous. What the hell am I thinking? But here I am doing it finally.
Well, and I mean, if we're being honest, and I may as well tell the whole world, the universe told me we're going to do something else. It's not the wand. So I'm okay with that.
Right.
So.
Well, but, one thing that I was actually talking to Bill about this last night, I believe, where some of the stuff that I've been doing, I have been, like, the cataloging and that.
Mhm.
I'm like, oh, I used to do this for the wand all the time. I'm like, I know how to do this. I'm like, it normally would have taken me forever, and I
Yeah.
wouldn't have wanted to do it, but because I did it for something else, it gave me the skills to do it
Yeah.
for what I need to do. And so, when people are like, oh, well, that was a mistake, or I shouldn't have done this, or I shouldn't have done that, and it's like, I think you're giving yourself a disservice, because even if it wasn't like something that stayed the course, or if it was something that didn't turn out the way you thought it was going to be, it doesn't mean that it's a mistake. It doesn't mean that it's the wrong thing. It just means that this is where you had to be
at that moment.
Yeah, to get to here.
Yeah, and I still get choked up when I look at the paper because
it's awesome.
It is awesome. And we created that. Like, and I have no desire to change it. None whatsoever. Like, I think it's perfect the way it is. So, I mean, I am forever grateful for that. Like,
Well, it took us a while to get to where we actually really liked where it was.
Mm-hmm.
Like I found the box of all the ones when we were printing off and collecting all the empty or the leftovers from the couple weeks previous, and I was going back through all the old ones, and I was like, even halfway through the year, we changed the font and we changed the spacing and moved things up a little bit and fixed a few things, and I looked and I was like, wow, even just that little tiny change made it what it is, right?
Well, yeah. And do you remember how proud we were of the first issue?
Yeah. Yeah. I look at it and I'm like...
I have it framed in the Zen Den.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. But I look at it now and I'm like, look at all that wasted space.
That's exactly what I say. I'm like, really?
So
this was that?
Yeah, there's so much wasted space. Oh, and I don't know if you have a copy of the one that we did for the launch party, but I do have an extra one of those. The 2-page thing.
Oh, yes, I do.
Oh, okay. And
it's 4 pages, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like front to back.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4 pages altogether, but...
Yeah, I do. I have 3 of them.
And I have a couple from, like, early on. And I'm just going through it. There's a couple where it's like there's only a few of each one, and then there's like 2 or 3 issues where there's like 20 or 30. I'm like, oh, like we were way too overzealous at the time.
Well, we thought we were going to create it, and the day after our launch party, we were going to be millionaires.
Pretty much, yeah. we were taken down a peg.
Or
well, yeah, but it was like, no, you got to learn the skills that you need for the next thing.
But I think the reason it is what it is now is because we went in with that. We're going to make this successful.
Oh, definitely.
Like, no matter what. And it is a success. Whether it makes money or not, it is a success to me. It's awesome.
And we also did it with the intention of getting information out to people as well,
yes.
right? So with that intention in mind, it is still what it is.
Mm-hmm.
It is a way for people to connect into a community and to get information and to be entertained, to, to have something to look forward to.
It serves its purpose. It does what we wanted it to do.
Like, how many times do you... Brian.
What money?
But yeah, it's like, when you pick up a regular newspaper, it's like, this person died, this person was caught by the police, this explosion happened, and there's none of that in this. It's just,
no.
Here's something to change your thoughts, to make you feel good, and like I said, have something to look forward to.
Well, and I think it's, in this moment, I can't speak for the next, but in this moment, it's perfect. It does what it's supposed to do. There are no changes that need to be made. I like the content. I like the layout. I like everything that it embodies. So there's absolutely nothing. Nothing needs to be changed. It's perfect.
Yeah. You done good, kid.
Thanks for the help.
No problem.
Now on to our next venture. Whatever shall that be?
Well, once like I said, I'm in the process of writing yet another book.
So what's this, 14? 13?
Yeah, I think fully completed books I have about 10.
Oh, is that all? My mistake.
Well, no, because there's a difference. There's fully completed books, I have 10. Ones that still need more chapters or embellishment or adding on to, I probably have about 6 more of those. And then I got like 20 other ideas where I'm like, I don't know, I wrote like 3 or 4 chapters. I'm like, this could make a really good book.
So I'm busy forever.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's our venture.
No, it's not.
But there's something. It's in the making.
Well, because the reason why I have so many books is because I do NaNoWriMo in November every year.
Oh, that's coming up.
Yeah, it's coming up, and I'm planning for that. I was actually going through, like I said, some Skillshare stuff, and I found some different ways of planning. Because I'm a pantser, I just go in and I start typing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really plan what I'm going to write. This time I am. So
Perfect.
We'll see what that gets me. I tried that once before, but it didn't really work in my favor. I completed the book, but I was like, eh. By the time I got to writing it, I was like, I'm kind of done with this. We'll see.
Yeah. How's your tea?
It's excellent. I love it.
So this is Melissa's new Tigria.
It's
like
really nice.
Sangria, just without the booze.
It's got a nice citrus.
Does it?
Citrus kick to it. I really like it.
It contains all the bright. I'm trying.
You can do it.
I can do it. Containing all the bright notes of a traditional red wine sangria with none of the alcohol. Perfectly refreshing on a summer's day.
Mm-hmm.
And that's from Hayward Eclectics. Melissa will put the link down in the comments.
Yeah, I really like
lovely.
it.
Yeah.
It's nice and fresh.
And I'm just having How do you say that? Because I'm still doing my detox. I'm almost done. 3 weeks to go.
Nice.
Woohoo! Reishi mushrooms.
I think so. I think I usually say reishi mushrooms.
Yeah, I've said
It's
reishi, reishi, reiki.
Yeah, I don't know. You know that mushroom that does the thing with the stuff.
People
Yeah.
could take that many ways,
Well, that is true.
and that's okay.
And they can take it however they want it. You know.
I would really like to do a tea with the universe with mushrooms. That would be interesting.
That would be interesting.
It would be. Are mushrooms legal?
I don't know.
Oh,
I have no idea.
okay, maybe not.
Oh, thanks, Brian.
Oh, thank you. So for upcoming events, we have the Alberta Avenue Community League Outdoor Market, Thursdays from 4 to 8 p.m. I will be at this Thursdays if you want to stop by and get a reading or get some energy-infused jewelry. And our weekly wand program schedule, Wake Up with the Wand, every other Monday. So it will be this Monday at 7:15.
Right, because the wand's coming out this Monday. Right.
Yeah. Tea with Universe on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Are you doing Quiet Thoughts next Thursday?
As far as I know.
Or this Thursday?
I haven't heard anything. So as far as
Okay.
I know, I'm doing Quiet Thoughts this Thursday.
So sounds like Quiet Thoughts this Thursday. Then there's live energy readings on the first and third Thursday of the month with either me or Lynn. One of us will be there.
Yeah.
And do you have anything to share?
Well,
a camping trip with the Witches Association.
Yeah,
right?
that's the 18th, 19th. That weekend. It's like the weekend before the solstice. But from the 5th to the 12th, I have a table at Gypsy Chips where I'm selling some of my stuff.
Oh, nice.
And the only other thing is the Witches Market in October, where
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna. I don't know what I'm gonna do for that yet. I don't know if I'm gonna do readings or if I'm gonna do readings one day and wares the next day. Or
I'm doing readings.
I'm not 100% sure
Yeah.
on that. Because I can't have both, because I can't do readings and try and sell people stuff at the same time, right?
Yeah, and she already had her fill of jewelry vendors, so I can't do jewelry, so I'm going to do readings both
Readings
days.
do quite well, though.
They do, yeah.
That's all right. Yeah, but as far as like any kind of events or anything, those are the only ones that I have public events of.
And are you still open for bookings if people want to book readings?
Yeah,
We'll put Lynn's contact information down there too.
Yeah.
And I'm open for readings as well, and for personalized, customized jewelry. So
yeah, I've got some art commissions I'm doing, but I mean, I can do
squeeze a reading in.
Yeah, you bet.
I think that's everything. I know 99% of the time I forget something. Oh, I know. I'm not familiar with a pen and paper.
Yeah.
So I think that's everything. So thank you for joining me. I know you could be anywhere this evening. You chose to be here with me, and I appreciate that. Thank you, Lynn, for joining us tonight. And I will see you next time somewhere on the wand. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you.